You will lie in this bed soon enough, Rhaenyra.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. The House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel, will prominently highlight Daenerys Targaryen's distant ancestors. But how Daenerys is linked to the House of the Dragon Targaryens may have misled some prospective viewers. The prequel series will give extensive backstory on the infamous Targaryen family history, with the plot mainly inspired by George R.R. Martin's 2018 novel Fire and Blood, and taking place almost 2 centuries before the events of Game of Thrones. Rhaenyra Targaryen, played by Emma Darcy, is revealed to be the series' protagonist, with numerous similarities to her distant relative, Daenerys. During Robert Baratheon's uprising, Daenerys, represented by Emilia Clarke, was the youngest child born to King Aerys II Targaryen and Queen Rhaella. Robert's accession to the throne signaled the end of House Targaryen's lengthy reign and triggered the events that launched the Game of Thrones series. The acclaimed series revolves around Daenerys' quest to restore her family's glory, which has pushed the heroine to great popularity. Despite criticism of the Game of Thrones finale, interest in the series remains high, with House of the Dragon offering considerable context for George R.R. Martin's most iconic family. The familial tie between Daenerys and the Targaryens from the House of the Dragon is more complicated than it would be otherwise due to the Targaryen family tree's chronic incest. For example, Daenerys' elder brother and distant great-grandfather are named after King Viserys I, the current king at the start of House of the Dragon. In the novels, however, the king's daughter and anointed heir, Rhaenyra, marries her uncle Daemon and produces children who rise to the Iron Throne. So, while Daenerys is the distant niece of both Rhaenyra and Daemon, they are also her grandparents many times removed, making Rhaenyra her distant cousin as well, due to Daemon being both Rhaenyra's uncle and her husband. House Targaryen's family tree is infamous, known for uniting the 7 kingdoms through the use of dragons, but also for hereditary instability stemming from their constant inbreeding. The family's history in Westeros starts with Aegon I, who came from the eastern lands and became the first king of the Targaryen dynasty. House of the Dragon will introduce King Viserys I, the 5th Targaryen king of Westeros and the father of the series' new main character Rhaenyra, and brother to her opposer, Daemon. The Game of Thrones begins after King Aerys II, the Mad King, is slain by his king's guard, Jaime Lannister. The Mad King fathered 3 children, Rhaegar, Viserys, and Daenerys. For a time, Daenerys was considered the only remaining Targaryen and true heir to the Iron Throne until the revelation that she had a nephew, Jon Snow, who is set to get a sequel series. The Snow, born with Aegon Targaryen after his ancestors, is currently the only known living member of his family line after he murdered his aunt in the series finale. Despite the Targaryens' loss of the throne at the conclusion of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon will follow the family throughout their long reign over the United 7 Kingdoms. The next series has an opportunity to correct the flaws of Game of Thrones Season 8 while also distinguishing itself. The House of the Dragon will introduce more historical families as well as new dragons. Thanks for watching. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.